and today we're making this awesome hanging basket that you can put on a wall or a doorknob. And keep in mind that this is part of our Mother's Day 2-skein challenge where we see how many projects we can make with only 2 skeins of yarn. For this project, you're going to need a size N or 15 crochet hook as well as some size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn. We're going to start this pattern with a magic circle, and if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, check the links in the description and I'll have my stitch tutorials listed there. Inside the magic circle, we're just going to place 12 double crochets. And when you get to the end of your row, it should look something like this. So now all we're going to do is just tighten up our tail, and that'll close the gap there. From here, we're just going to place 2 double crochets in each stitch in our row. And since this is a continuous loop pattern, we won't be starting or stopping our individual rows. So I'm just going to keep up with them by placing a scrap piece of yarn in the first stitch of each row. And the way I do that is I usually go ahead and place my first 2 stitches, and then I go back to my first stitch and slide a scrap piece of yarn in there. So go ahead and place 2 double crochets in each stitch in your row, and you should have a total of 24 double crochets when you get back to your stitch marker. The pattern for this row is going to be to place 1 double crochet in the first stitch and then 2 double crochets in the second stitch. And we're just going to alternate between 1 and 2 double crochets until we get back to our stitch marker. We should have a total of 36 double crochets when we're done with our row. And the pattern for your next row is just going to be to place 1 double crochet in the first 2 stitches and then 2 double crochets in that third stitch, and you're just going to want to repeat that going all the way around your row until you get back to your stitch marker. And you should have a total of 48 stitches when you're done. And the pattern for the next row is to place 1 double crochet in the first 3 stitches and then place 2 double crochets in that fourth stitch. And you just want to repeat that going all the way around your row until you get back to your stitch marker, and you should have a total of 60 double crochets when you're done. And when you get to the end of your row, it should look something like this. From here, you're just going to want to place 1 double crochet in each stitch in your row, and you're going to want to repeat that for the next 10 to 15 rows depending on what size you want your hanging basket to be. So I went ahead and added 11 rows to mine, but once you get yours to your desired size, what we're going to do is we're going to start a decreasing row. So the pattern for this row is going to be to place 1 double crochet in your first 3 stitches, and I'm going to use a stitch marker again to keep up with my rows. And then we're going to double crochet together stitch 4 and stitch 5. So I'm going to show you how to do that really fast. So go ahead and yarn over and then insert your hook into stitch 4. Yarn over and then pull through that stitch. Then you just want to insert your hook into stitch 5, yarn over and pull through again. Then you want to yarn over and pull through the first 3 stitches on your crochet hook. And then you just want to yarn over and pull through the last 2 there. So you just want to repeat that, placing 1 double crochet in the first 3 stitches and then double crocheting together stitch 4 and stitch 5. And the pattern for the next row is just to place 1 double crochet in the first 2 stitches and then double crochet together stitch 3 and stitch 4. And you just want to repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get to the end you should have 36 double crochets. And when you get to the end of your row, all you're going to want to do is place 1 slip stitch in each stitch for the rest of your row. And once you're done placing your row of slip stitches, all you want to do is place a slip stitch into that first slip stitch from before, and then you're just going to tie off your yarn. And once you tuck and hide your tails, it should look something like this. So now all you have to do is just hang it up by some of these loops here, and you can kind of decide based on how you want this to look, where you want to hang it from. And keep in mind that if this is going to go on a doorknob or anything that's larger than these holes here, it might be a good idea to just tie some scrap fabric into 2 loops like this, and then you kind of have a larger loop that you can make whatever size you'd like. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were trying to make this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.